Hello, friends from the comic and manga world. My name is Hector,
And my name is G.
and I'm here to talk to you about our picks for the December 1st FOC. G and I work for Penguin Random House, so the titles that we talk about in these videos are from the publishers that we represent into the direct market around the world. Also, note we're on social media. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. We'll leave links in the description below for you, but you can find us at PRH Comics, um, PRH International Comics. I almost forgot. And without further ado, let's get down to it. First pick.
My first pick is Ghost and Witch, Volume 1. This is from the same creator of The Ancient Magnus Bride. So this is a brand new manga. It is about a girl who has a being possessing her, and they travel across Ireland. So that girl, her name is Saku, who flees Japan, journeys across the sea, as mentioned, journeys to Ireland. She encounters this silver-haired witch who may offer her refuge, but the witch's salvation comes at a price. And Saku begins to face a power that she's long feared, and her path shifts from this escape that she's on to transformation. So it's a story about this girl in flight, but it's also a story about her journey to become a god. And so uh, it sounds really cool. The cover looks incredibly epic, and
Yeah.
so does the interior as well. So this is coming out of Seven Seas and goes on sale February 3rd, 2026, but it's on this FOC.
This episode, yes. And we continue with my first cover pick. This is Logan, Black, White, and Blood #1. This cover A is by Alex Maleev. And very, very cool cover. I love Alex Maleev. I've been a fan for so many, many, many years. And this it follows, this the format of these black, white, and red sort of anthologies. In this case, following Logan's history, and they promised to reveal Logan's never before revealed military service during the 1950s. There will be able to see connection to a fan favorite Marvel character. There is also a mission in the 1970s in Times Square with Logan on the trail of a serial killer. Yeah, and we have some really cool creators in this, Tom Waltz and Alice Lins on that first 1950 story that I mentioned. And then on the 1970s is Saladin Ahmed and Adam Kubert. And of course, like I said, Alex Maleev on this cover, which looks just really badass. I love how it's just black and white with a little bit of red, but it looks it is so detailed, even with this little color there is. And then also how minimalist is like the white background with a little bit of blood coming from the from the claws, sort of smear on there. Also check out the other covers. There are other covers by Wushu Lee, by Andrea Sorrentino, and Adam Kubert that are amazing as well. But this was my favorite. Yep. Next up.
Next up is Psy Dimensional Rivals Issue 1. This is Peach Momoko. Psy is a reimagining of Psylocke, who was created by Peach Momoko from her previous comic saga called Demon Days, which, if you know Peach Momoko, that would be a very familiar comic series. So the character Psy is making her return in this five-issue limited series that you see here, the first issue of, which of course Peach Momoko does the cover art for this variant cover or for the main cover that I picked. But of course, Peach Momoko does the interior art as well. So, Sai course, is a psychic warrior who uses her skills to fight yokai in feudal Japan. And it also inspires a fan favorite breakout version of Psylocke featured in Marvel Rivals. So in this story that you see here, the Dimensional Rivals, we have an expansion of the Momoko verse with an adventure of new creator-driven multiverse in search of a unique set of Infinity Stones. And I wanted to quote Momoko here, who did an interview that you can actually see on the Marvel.com website, where she says that for this series, Sai will be the main character. I asked various artists to have fun depicting Sai in their own unique vision. So Sai will be traveling between different universes, having different experiences based on the artist's own perspectives. I think it will be a wonderful collaboration. I hope everyone enjoys Sai's new charm. So it's very an interesting collaboration that she's doing with these creators. So, of course, like I mentioned before, Momoko will write and draw, but she will do so alongside these creators. And Marvel did release some names. So those creators will include Stan Sakai, Isad Ribic, Natasha Bustos, Mike Del Mundo, Sarah Pichelli. Those are just a few. There will be more. So very interesting release here that I'm excited for.
It's very, very cool. Next up, Arcadia #2. This is the cover A by Iñaki Miranda, who's also the interior illustrator and also co-wrote this with his brother Roy Miranda. This is from Ignition, and this is a futuristic dystopian sci-fi story where in a world where humans are already gone, and there are these new life forms called the Serants, and we concentrate on this. We follow this main character, Halu, um, and who is obsessed with the past and with the things, things from the past. And kind of the story is very, it's described as a very existential sci-fi story, and he's trying to find out about his world, but also about himself. I love this cover. Obviously, very cool Akira reference with the Canada's bike on there. And I can tell there's, I mean, if you look very closer, there are some other items. I mean, he's has a bow, an arrow, and some maybe a shield. I don't know. So I can't wait to. I haven't read the first one yet. I definitely need to dive into the first one. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a very cool premise. And also Miranda Brothers from Spain. I uh, I did read We Live, which was very, very cool too. So I'm excited about this too. So there you go.
All right, next up, Tomb Raider Secret Artifacts issue 1. This is Shatoran Clark, cover A. Now if you've been following our videos, you may have seen us mention this when this was first announced. So finally, it's time to do
Hmm.
your FOC pre-orders for this one. So this is a 4-issue miniseries that, of course, continues Lara Croft's story, and this is coming after Tomb Raider Underworld. So we have Croft Manor goes up in flames. It forces Laura to take like stock and review of her life, figure out what's important to her. There's a confrontation with this mysterious foe who has gotten their hands on this dangerous and familiar artifact that launches Laura into this continental journey that she goes on in the story, questing for these legendary relics. But because of this new start premise, of course, returning fans could are excited to get back into this. But of course, this is perfect for any newcomers to jump into the story. As a side note, there is an omnibus of that we have of Tomb Raiders that you should also check out. That's available. So yes.
Yes. Next up is Starship Godzilla Kaisei Era number 4. This is a retail incentive 1 in 15 variant. This is by Rod Reis, the cover. The book is written by Chris Goosh and illustrated by Oliver Ono. And of course, this is an homage to District 9, which is one of my favorite movies ever. Um, but also the story of this, I've been reading this one and it's so cool. It is basically just Starship Godzilla, which you see there, and you know, it goes around the galaxy and it gets they get used to fight and try to defend against space kaijus, but it gets involved in a war inadvertently. So this is a very cool story, very cool premise. It reminds me a lot of Battleship Yamato. It reminds me a lot of it's there's so many of these 90s, especially or in 80s manga, anime stories that were very similar, but also obviously there's a little bit of the touch of Star Wars and Star Trek in there too. Uh, but it's a little bit rougher around the edges than those two. So very cool. I love that the sign has King Ghidorah in there, and it's so cool. I really love this cover. It's so cool, and can't wait to keep reading this book. One of my favorites this year.
All right, next up is Miss Truesdale and the Rise of Man, issue 2. This is a cover B, the Jesse Lonergan cover. So readers first met Miss Truesdale a couple years ago in Dark Horse's Mrs. Truesdale in the Fall of Hyperborea, and at that time it was a creative team of Mike Magnolia and of course our artist Jesse Lernigan, who also does a cover art here that you see here. In this one, we have the gladiator, Anam Yasa, who wanders into a forest to learn about her lives, past, present, and future lives. And she isn't a hero to all, um, even though she isn't a hero to all, as one darker entity will hunt her until she can be stopped, and the fate of man stopped with her. Dot dot dot. Gotta read more. Uh, Very interesting. And I just love the cover. It's so
Yeah.
to me.
Yes.
So I had to include it here. And yeah.
And next, we continue with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, number 4, issue number 4. This is a 1 in 50 incentive, full art by the artist Ito. This is written by Ryan Parrott and illustrated by Vincenzo Federici. And this is a penultimate issue to this series. So it's it's getting very the story is getting very intense here. But let's talk about this cover by Intel. It's so beautiful. I didn't know this artist before, so I started researching, and you should look up Ito's art. Is Japanese. It's an American born but lives in Japan artist. And he does these amazing paintings, oil paintings, really, like this that you see here with tons of details and and he has done a few covers. I know that there's an upcoming Godzilla, the Kaisei era Godzilla number 6. There's a cover done by Ito as well. You should check it out. But you can tell I mean, this is just Leonardo and Green just hanging out, comparing notes, looking at Green's dagger, I guess. And then I love the image, sort of sort of clouds forming the tiger, the white tiger in the background. It's so beautiful, but the combination of colors, the way that the lines work, they just flow really beautifully. It's just amazing. And like I said, I highly, highly recommend you check out Ito's other artwork because it's as amazing as you see here. Very, very cool.
Mhm. And then we're going to move on to a piece of news, which we've talked about this before, but there's an update on the Witch Hat Atelier anime. And I'm going to let the trailer run as we're talking through this. Let me quiet it so I'm not
Yeah.
distracted by it. I'm going to watch this in more detail later. But in the trailer, it was revealed that this anime is coming in April of next year, 2026, which is very exciting. They also announced the main cast, the voice cast for this one. So we'll star Reina Motomura as Coco, and also starring Natsuki Hane as Kufri. And the should I talk about the manga? Oh, I'll talk about a little bit of the manga if you don't know. It's a story that centers on Coco, who is a girl who lives in this little village, dreamed of always becoming a wizard, but she was born without magical aptitude. And there's this saying, you can't be made into the witch you have to be born. So she pretty much gives up on that dream. But one day, this traveling witch that she encounters comes to her village, and she happens to see him performing magic. And perhaps being born is not necessarily a requirement to becoming a wizard, and so it gives her hope. So, really cool. Again, you just saw the teaser trailer just a little bit.
Yeah.
But moving on, we do have some titles associated with this.
Yeah.
Lots more than you see here. Of course, I'm going to go from top to bottom. You'll have Witch Hat Atelier, of course, Volume 1. There's more volumes, obviously. We also have the very beautiful box set, which that you'll see here. That box set that you see contains 6 volumes. It'll also include an exclusive set of art cards. The third title that you see here, which has a very gorgeous ornate cover, um,
Yep.
it isn't out yet, but it's coming next year in May. It's the Grimoire edition, which is essentially this keepsake hardcover deluxe edition that includes the first 3 volumes of content in this book one that you see here. Right next to that in red, you'll have the art of Witch Hat Atelier. For fans, this is definitely a collection that you want to keep. And of course, we have the Witch Hat Atelier Kitchen Volume 1 that you see on the cover here. This is essentially a culinary spin-off of the story. And then lastly, on this slide, you have the Witch Hat Atelier coloring book for all your crafting needs. So lots of materials to pick up. We're really excited for this. The animation looks gorgeous and
Yeah.
beautiful. We're anticipating this to be like a
And
very huge thing. So,
if you haven't jumped on the Witch Hat Atelier train, you need to jump on now because it's gonna be big. Everybody knows, and then a lot of people have been waiting for the anime announcement, but also and I'm really excited to see. I mean, we had seen another teaser before this, but this is like more complete, more finished. And It looks gorgeous. And that's very key because aside from an amazing story, which it is, one of the big things about Witch Hat Atelier is the art. And the art of the creator Kamine Shirohama has been praised all over the world, and it is it's not just regular manga art. It has been it was, like I said, it has been praised a lot. So that's why we have a beautiful deluxe edition coming. That's why there's an art book. That's why there's a, coloring book. That's why the box set is going to include some cards. I mean, it's definitely the art and the way the creator uh, has displayed the art on the panels too, because he does very interesting things with the way he organizes the panels throughout the whole manga. So I think it's going to be huge. I think fans of manga, fans of fantasy, they're all going to jump in. And it's one of those stories that is it's really for all ages. So I think everybody's going to jump in from, from little kids to adults. So keep an eye out, start stocking up now because it's going
Mhm,
to be big.
mhm.
Yeah.
And that's it
Yep.
for this video. And yeah.
Oh, it was
uh,
me. I
yes.
did what you did in the last video.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. And come back and watch. We have more videos. We have weekly videos like this, but we also have monthly ones where we go over the mangas and collected editions that are coming every month. And like I said before, follow us on Instagram and Facebook so you can see you know, some other titles that you can get through Penguin Random House. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Everyone.